Health Services Workers Union, Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association, Ghana Medical Association, Ghana Physician Assistants Association, Ghana Hospital Pharmacists Association, Ghana Association of Certified Registered Anesthetists, Ghana National Association of Teachers, Teachers and Educational Workers Union of Ghana TUC, National Association of Graduate Teachers, Coalition of Concerned Teachers Ghana, Civil and Local Government Staff Association Ghana, have called you here to outline pending issues relating to the operation and management of second-tier occupational pension schemes within the public service. You will recall, as a result of industrial action embarked upon by constituents of the Forum in October 2014, the government went to court to restrain our members from embarking on the strike action. However, in May 2015, His Excellency, the President, John Dramani Mahama of the Republic of Ghana, directed that the matter be settled out of court. Pursuant to that directive, the Honorable Minister for Employment and Labor Relations, with the support of the Attorney General, called a stakeholder meeting to discuss the matter. The High Court accepted the out-of-court settlement between the two parties as consent judgment. Under the consent judgment made by the court, the employer shall ensure that effective April 1, 2016, the transfer of the 5% Tier 2 monthly deductions are made by the Controller and Accountant General and paid directly to the pension custodial banks duly appointed by the employer, as I was stated herein. The National Pension Regulatory Authority, NPRA, shall ensure that the transfer of funds currently held in the temporary pension fund account at the Bank of Ghana to the custodial banks of the four schemes is completed by July 2nd, 2016. The government of Ghana shall reimburse to the defendants reasonable expenses incurred in setting up of their trusts and schemes, as well as any reasonable legal fees incurred in the course of the litigation of the suit. As of today, the government has failed to abide by these obligations as stated in the judgment. The delay in transferring the 5% Tier 2 monthly deductions to the custodian banks nominated by the government is worrying. The deafening silence on the part of the government concerning the transfer of the funds is clearly in contravention of the court's judgment. By the promulgation of the National Pensions Amendment Act 2014 Act 883, those who were 55 years as at 1st January 2015 were exempted from the National Pensions Act 2008 Act 766. In other words, those who were 50 years and above as at January 1st, 2010 were exempted from the new act and remained under the Social Security Law 1991, PNDC Law 247. The government, by the amendment, has postponed the implementation of the second-tier occupational pension scheme for 5 years, and we are not going to accept any further amendments. The fact still remains that for those who fall under the National Pensions Act 208, that is, those who were below 50 years as of January 1st, 2010, cumulative contributions from January 1, 2010 have not been transferred to the custodial banks of licensed schemes of the Forum. As the second-tier occupational scheme is by law a defined contribution scheme, it is the yield on investment over time that will determine the level of the lump sum payable. Thus, the delay in transfer of funds to the various schemes for almost 7 years is going to affect adversely the level of lump sum or gratuity a retired officer is likely to receive under the second tier. The forum would wish to state that if by 15th November 2016, government has not complied with its obligation under the settlement judgment, we will have no option than to embark on a massive nationwide industrial action.
Thank you.
Long live the forum.